Hello, and welcome back to Thursday's edition of Pandemically Speaking. We're here with your host today, Jonah.
And I'm Jack. I can't believe this is our last week of TC Weekly.
I know how it feels. We've come so far.
Let's give it one last hurrah, shall we?
Let's start the very last and best episode with some friendly competition. I wonder who's going to win in Top Tier.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the final episode of Top Tier. I know, it's been a fun journey, but today, very important episode, we're going to be ranking TC Weekly's Thursday edition shows. On the tier list, let's get started. First up, we got Fake News with friend of the show, James Bolton. Now, what would I do without this guy? He's giving me all the facts. Everything I need to know, he's got me covered. But, dude, you really had to do that to my man Kenny G?
Kenny G recently farts in a Zoom call with his fans.
I can't stand for that. I cannot stand for that. You're getting an F tier. Midnight Cooking. Now, this show always gives me the best recipes, always making a good meal, but it's all a lie. The show is called Midnight Cooking. As you can see by this screenshot I took, 5:37. That's not midnight. That's not midnight. That's an F tier. Sorry. Next up, we got Record Report. Now, this show is always giving me new music, new stuff to dive into, but big but here. That intro, that's damage. That's illegal damage. You are destroying things. That's illegal. You're going to jail. Sorry. F tier and jail time. Sorry. Good Will Hunting. Now, Good Will Hunting is definitely the finest show on our program, but big but here. In this episode, right here, as you can see, you guys kind of passed up on some copies of Solar Yeti. Yikes. Solar Yeti is maybe the best thing in the world. There's at least 10 copies there. You could have at least bought one. Maybe for me. I'm not saying for me, but definitely for me. You could have bought one for me, and you didn't. And that's heartbreaking, so that's an F tier. And last, for programs that are not my own, we have Psychotically. And this show is just kind of weird. I don't know if it's morally ethical to bring these insane people into a room with another guy, because obviously that's going to rub off on him, and that's going to be a little weird then. But yeah, Psychotically, it's just a strange show. It just makes me feel quite uncomfortable. So it's getting an F tier. Yeah, I don't know how that guy's alive. That host guy, I don't know how he's actually alive. So that's an F tier. And then last we got my show, so it's the best show ever, so S tier, but you know, everyone knew that already, so it's not a big shocker. But thank you for watching Top Tier, and I hope you have a wonderful life. Goodbye.
Maybe even a little biased. Testing? Okay. What I was trying to say was, wow, what a real surprise. Maybe even a little biased.
I just received news that we lost Christian.
What do you mean lost?
I mean, you vanished into thin air, Jonah.
Okay, well, let's watch Fake News till we can figure this out.
Hello, everyone. My name is James Bolton, the host of Fake News. Let's jump straight into this week's real news stories. Today's top story is a local student, Little Jimmy, gets an A on his math test. He got an 100% on his multiplication tables test. If you see little Jimmy at all, congratulate him for his great work. Reporting on real news is just not as fun as the fake news. This stuff isn't interesting at all. What if I messed up by firing everyone? I wonder who that could be. Come in. Oh no, it's Dennis Mulberry, the owner of TC Weekly Production Studios. That's right. It's me, Dennis Mulberry, owner of TC Weekly Production Studios. James, where's the rest of your staff? I fired them. Well, at least you made my job easier. Huh? What's that supposed to mean? Well, I'm taking fake news off the air. What? Why? Well, your views in the last quarter have just been terrible. No one watches your show, James. I'm gonna have to take you off the air. It's nothing personal. It's just business. So, does that mean? Yep. You're fired. But I can't be fired. I'm supposed to be the one that fires people.
James, you're fired.
Oh, who was that? I don't know, but they spitting facts. Can I at least say goodbye to the fans one last time? No. Get out. Thank you all for watching Fake News. We will not see you next time because there is no next time. This is Dennis Mulberry signing off.
Jonah, you just saw it, right?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. James got fired from his own show.
No, Ryan just vanished from behind the camera.
Well, what would you look at that? Maybe he left for spring break early. Speaking of, this is our last week for the first session. Remember that we start classes again on March 24th, so be ready to come back from a nice spring break.
I can't think about this on an empty stomach. Let's see what Midnight Cooking has for us this time.
Actually, I've decided to do a breakfast special for the final episode of Midnight Cooking. First, we're going to make some scone. Preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Then lay a line of parchment paper over a baking tray. Secondly, empty the scone mix into a mixing bowl. We'll then add 2/3 of a cup of water into the bowl and begin stirring until the mix is completely absorbed and sticky. Feel free to add a little more water if it still seems to be dry. After this, scoop the dough from the bowl and begin spreading them about the tray. You should then bake the scones for 15 minutes. Next, we're going to make some bacon. Set a pan to medium heat and begin placing the pieces in the pan. You need to flip these pieces often to get them the way you want, so I recommend using a pair of tongs for this. For someone who likes them crispier, you'll have them on there for quite a while, so keep flipping. Finally, we're going to make scrambled eggs. First, we'll prepare the eggs. Crack 4 eggs and pour a tablespoon of milk into the bowl. We'll then use a whisk to break up the eggs and mix the milk together. Try doing this for about a minute to a full minute. Next, we'll pour the eggs into a pan and set the heat to medium-low. The eggs should begin to cook immediately, so once this happens, begin pulling away from the edges toward the center. Keep breaking away at the center of the pan until the eggs no longer look runny. And with that, you should have yourself a pretty delicious breakfast. You can even add some special flavoring to your eggs like I did. Someone named Bryce gave me the seasoning salt and, wait, what's this? Oh no.
So this just in, food does not help when we are dropping like flies.
Stop being so dramatic. Now, let's hear a word from our sponsor.
Now, you may have previously seen commercials for defective liquid holding devices such as cups and bowls, but those are fake and not to be trusted. That's right, get them out of here. Here's what you should be using. That's right, a mason jar. It's the latest in liquid holding technology. It's like a cup, but with writing on it. Looks like it says ball, like Balton. Look how good it holds that milk. Order your mason jar today, only $19.99.
Phew. I thought you were gonna vanish for a second.
Stop being silly. I'll still be here after record report, okay?
Wait, no, don't leave.
Hi, I'm Noah,
And I'm Jonah.
and this is Record Report.
Record report, record report, record report. We're having fun just like we do it for sport. It's the best show ever, you cannot retort. Even though episodes are kinda short. Record report is the best in the land. I said it in the song so you understand. Leave it to these boys to give you a hand. Suggesting some music, your taste will expand. Record report!
Welcome back to the series finale of Record Report, where we showcase albums and tell you why they're great on record vinyl and just give you an overall summary of why we think they're awesome. So, what do you have today for us, Noah, on our final album review?
Well, when you're saying save the best for last, what would I have saved besides the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack? Yes, this is the soundtrack to the 1998 anime released in Japan. What a soundtrack, really. Yoko Kanno is the front woman of the band Seatbelts, who performs on this album, and she wrote all of it. Absolutely incredible. Some of my favorite songs include the opening theme for the anime, called Tank. Bad Dog No Biscuits is a very good one. Diamonds is a song that sounds very cool. It's almost like a 40s love song. Altogether, it's a really weird album. You don't know what's around each corner. Each song brings something new to the table, and I highly recommend putting this on and just listening to it all the way through. However, that is if you can get a copy of this, as it is kind of expensive. So I recommend it, but only if you have the money to buy it. Now, Jonah, what do you have for us this week?
All right, I have Hot Rats by Frank Zappa. The best way to describe Frank Zappa would be the absolute king of jazz fusion. Just the way that he incorporates jazz music with, even more specifically, rock and roll is just absolutely crazy. A lot of his music is very improvised, which adds a lot of personality to his songs overall. Just the fact that it's a jazz rock fusion with a lot of improvised lyrics. This album came out in 1969, Zappa's third album ever released. Some personal favorites on this track have to be the Gumbo variation and Willie the Pimp. Overall, this album is amazing. Plenty of his other albums have a lot more lyrics. This one is a bit more instrumental oriented. There is some lyrics, and there are quite a few long songs in this album, although it is only a 6-song album, but the songs are extremely long in variation. But overall, amazing album, and I got this one with a translucent pink record, so I find that to be really cool also, just as a little add-on to my Frank Zappa collection.
Oh, hey, that's a good record.
This has been Record Report with Jonah and Noah. Thank you for tuning in and watching this series with us as we show off some incredible albums and why they sound great on record vinyl.
Thank you for coming with us on our record journey through some awesome music. We'll see you never.
Wait, no, Jonah. No, don't, Bryce, no. I don't want to disappear, man. Please stop. This outfit's fire.
Hello and welcome back to the final episode of Good Will Hunting. This week we headed to the St. Vinny's Bins on the east side. Thank you, Jack.
Jack and I will be styling each other this week and creating head-to-toe outfits.
We had 15 minutes to find a pair of pants and a shirt and accessory for each other. Stasia was up first to find your boy a sick fit.
delightfully tacky, yet unrefined.
I thought Jack would love this shirt as it's funny and a little sassy, just like him.
Every week I expect this to get easier, but it just gets harder.
This sweater also made me think of Jack as he enjoys the Grandpa Core vibes. Now that I had landed on a shirt and a pair of pants, I was looking for my final piece. I figured that this ham sweatshirt fit the vintage and sassy aesthetic.
And now it was finally my turn. I had a hard time deciding which sweater to get Stasia, but ultimately ended up going with the Columbia.
And here are the final outfits. Before we deliver the results, we would like to extend a special thank you to all of our viewers who have followed us over the course of the show.
A huge thank you also goes out to our fellow classmates for participating in our weekly votes. You guys brought a new level of entertainment to the show. For the final time, here are the results.
Very, very nice styling from the both of you. But the winner is Stasia. Now on to the real problem.
Hello, and welcome back to Psychotically. I'm your new host, Rio Matsuki, and today we will be interviewing Bryce Cherney to find out if he really is psychotic. Let's go find out.
What the? Are you serious?
Hi, I'm Rio.
I know who you are. You're my cameraman. Woman.
Well, I'm the host now. So tell me, how does that feel?
How does what feel?
How does it feel having all those personalities in your head?
Damn it. Listen, I am not crazy. Now get me out of this thing.
Ha! Not a chance. So you never once thought that all those interviews you were doing were just in your head?
What are you talking about? You were there. You saw them.
No, I didn't. And to be honest, how do you even know if I'm real? Bryce, calm down.
What game should I play next?